In this video, I'm going to give you an office room tour. For those of you guys who have not seen my channel, I am definitely not a minimalist by any means. I need things in their place. I also like the color white. I like my room to be very organized and efficient. In this video, I have not cleaned anything up, so this is what I walk into every single day. And I want you guys to see basically with me having 4 kids, working remotely from home, also having a side hustle as a vlogger and YouTuber, I wanted to kind of share with you all the things that I have in the space so that you guys know realistically what things look like day to day for me, and then also my favorite tools that I use on a daily basis. While I do consider myself a gearhead, I won't say that I know everything there is to know about the best tools, but I know what I like to use and the research that I've done. So I'm going to share with you all the tools that I've used so far and kind of share with you the best of the best so that you guys know what to spend your money on and what not to spend your money on. I also in this video want to talk about where my room is situated now that I finally, I think, found a home for my office. It's been everywhere from my bedroom to the basement to the upstairs loft area, and it's moved around quite a bit. My poor husband has carried these IKEA furniture pieces up and down the stairs so many times, more times than I'd like to admit. But I think I finally settled on this space. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the room tour so that you guys can see what it looks like. So this room is actually the first room that you see on the left when you walk into my home. I love it because I get a lot of window light coming in. I didn't realize how important window light was until my husband created a room upstairs, which is the loft area. Initially for my office, I realized that I was always finding myself like outside or on the sofa working instead of actually in the loft area. And then the next place that I actually put it was in the basement, and I thought that being a YouTuber, I'd need a lot of space so I can like go create scenes and stuff like that, and then I didn't use it. And so my poor husband created this whole basement for me to do this YouTube studio. But then I realized that it's really important for me to have light as well as to have scenery to look at so I don't get bored day to day. So long story short, this room actually has a lot of window light, and I really needed that, and I didn't realize I needed it until I didn't have it in my other setups. So these are 2 French doors right here that I can close so that if my kids are home, I can close the door and have conference calls on my corporate calls when I need to. Now this area right here, this is what my coworkers actually see when I'm on a video conference, and I actually love it. And a lot of my coworkers are pretty smart because they actually like move their table so that they have a blank wall space. But I find that having something that speaks to your character and your personality a little bit starts the conversation going, and also kind of like injects this like informal like, hey, get to know you type of vibe. And so that's why I actually have like this pegboard here, because I want people to know that I am a crafter, I am a DIYer or DIY wannabeer. And so I've got all of my crafting things up here so that they can see it. I've got my crafting machines down here so they can see that all on the video conference. I get lots of compliments on it. I'm also a program manager, product manager by trade, and so they'll know that, you know, I'm very organized. At least it appears that I'm organized. And so this is what I have here. This is the IKEA Kallax cabinet that I store a lot of my crafting and a lot of my sewing notions and all that stuff. I sew on occasion, like once every 4 months, and so I have a lot of my supplies here too. I'm more or less someone who likes to buy supplies rather than craft, but overall my main thing is that I love crafting with these machines because number 1, it's software that I can manipulate and then send to a machine. Really, I love learning about how to do things on the machines, not necessarily the crafting art itself. But these are the machines that I have, and then these are Kallax cabinets that are amazing. So these Kallax cabinets are from IKEA. I have 4 of them in this space, and I will tell you that my space is very cramped. I think it's about 15 feet by 15 feet, but I have 3 of them across this wall here, and there's just a little bit of room until I have my desk. But I know a lot of you guys who are home interior designers, I know interior designers would be balking at my setup, but it works for me. But I have 3 Kallax cabinets here, and these actually come with casters. I absolutely love how it's set up right now. I also have labels right here so that I know what's inside each of the drawers. I actually did that a couple weeks ago, and it's been life-saving so that I'm not having to open the drawers to try to figure out what I have in each of these drawers. But overall, these are 2 Cricut machines, and then I also have my printer that's over there, which is all wireless and all that. Alright, so up here I have some shelving as well. It's not a functional shelf except for this little small area right here where I'm storing some crafting supplies and materials, but it's a way for me to kind of display some quotes and like inspirational photos of places I want to be or places I've already been that are black and white. So there's that. This space is literally a random place where I store a bunch of crap that I don't know where to put. So I put a lot of my extra keyboards on here. Now I've done a lot of videos on this MX Keys keyboard. I absolutely love it, but it runs out of battery quite a bit, only because I forget to turn it on and off. I interchange between the MX Keys and the Apple keyboard a lot. Don't ask me why. I feel like some days I like typing with this one versus this one. This one has a lower profile than this one. Maybe that's it, but I couldn't really give you a scientific reason on why I prefer one over the other. Honestly, I love them both, so I've kept both. So I have this lamp here. I don't really necessarily like this lamp, but it's there whenever I need lighting for my YouTube videos. I also got this rack that I store a lot of my kids' like artwork, which then I'll organize on those binders over there, so I'll show you guys that. I have like this little caddy for all of my scissors and my art and craft supplies, and I also have these IKEA Kallax units as well. Again, this piece of furniture is from IKEA. It's basically like a lack table. I think it's called lack table from IKEA, which is like $7 for this tabletop. And then the two Kallax drawers, which are about like $70 to $80 for each of these drawers. The only thing that I don't like about these is like for the 4-drawer one, especially with the one with the bigger like file drawer system, if you have carpet, listen to this. You have to drag it on the carpet. So I wouldn't recommend getting this, especially if you have carpet, but if you have hardwoods, you should be fine. But it drags on my carpet and it's kind of terrible to actually open. So just a tip there. Right, so this side of the room, normally I have this big water jug so that I'm drinking tons of water. I've honestly lost all my COVID weight because I've been drinking a ton of water every single day, about 100 ounces of water, so I'll have it here and pour it into my Starbucks cup. Random, I know, but that is my water jug that I have every single day. And then I have two Kallax drawers that are stacked here where I store a lot of my like cables and all that. So crafting is on that side, and then anything cable management and electronics is here. I also always have this light that's here just because whenever I'm creating videos like this, I normally put it off the side where you guys can't see so that it brightens up the video a little bit. Even though I have like these floor to ceiling windows, like I still need more light in my videos, so I'll go ahead and have that here. But on conference calls, I'll literally have it out of the way and people really can't see it and ask me a ton of questions on why I have lighting equipment in my office. So that's why this light is here. I also have a Vornado on top here. I get cold a lot, especially during the winter time when I have floor to ceiling windows here. It gets a little bit nippy in here, so I'll go ahead and turn that on right before I start work so that it's nice and toasty when I'm in this room. On another note, I wear these a ton. I will go ahead and link them down below. They have rave reviews, but they're like Jessica Simpson furry shoes. And so if you guys ever see me doing a video and you don't see my feet, I'm probably wearing these. So these things are amazing. So these are the shoes that I wear every single day. Alright, moving on to my actual desk setup. It is messy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a minimalist person by any means. This is how my desk is set up day to day. When I walk in after dropping off the kids at day camp or at school, I come in. This is what it looks like. I have my basically blanket down here. This is actually a Snuggie that I have in a Target basket. So during the fall and winter months, you will find me in a Snuggie sitting at my computer working, okay? Unless I'm on a video conference call. And then here I have this, it's for my foot so that I'm short. I'm 5 feet 2 inches. And this thing is awesome because I can rest my foot on here. And then I have a normal trash bag. Nothing fancy, nothing cool. I wish I was cool enough to have like a cool trash bag, but I don't, right? And then I have all my wire racks that hide all of the cords down here so there's not a bunch of them on the floor. I mean, it's not like clean by any means, but also it keeps it away off of the floor. That was my goal, is to have everything off of the floor. I also have a USP down below, which is my power supply, just in case like lights go out or whatever, just so that it protects everything from getting like a power surge and protects all my equipment there. I've done a video on all of the things when I got them, just so that you guys have an idea of what I thought first look and all that. And I'll tell you, like, I still love my setup, okay? And so I'm going to go through real quick what I have today. So right now these legs are, this is an automatic standing desk. And so the legs are actually a Vivo standing desk. When I got it, I think it was around $150 or so. And it has 4 different options. And whenever I click on it, it'll move up or down. I have 1 is going down, 4 is going up. But then 2 and 3 I can like set to whatever I need to. But I absolutely love it. I use it maybe once or twice a day. I also have this mat that I use for standing. This thing was like $80 from like Office Depot or something. I'm pretty sure I overpaid for it, but it's great. So I'll just literally just, you know, tuck it back in here whenever I'm sitting, okay? So this is the Vivo standing desk. The tabletop is actually from IKEA. This is from the IKEA Skarska line, and the IKEA Skarska is like a manual crank desk, and that's what I had before this. So what I did was I bought the IKEA Skarska, hated the crank that I had with it, and so I sold the actual legs itself on Craigslist or eBay or wherever, and then I kept the tabletop. I like the tabletop because it's really, really wide. I'll tell you guys how wide it is. It's about 31 by 63, and that's really wide, and the reason why I like it wide is because I have a lot of stuff. You guys can see here, I have a ton of stuff. It gets really messy really quickly because it's white. I have lots of dents on it, but overall, I absolutely love it just because of how functional it is. I can put all my stuff on here, and so I'll show you guys real quick around my desk. So I have this laptop holder. I'll normally have my personal laptop and my work laptop here. I have my legacy drive where I do a lot of my Mac backups here. I have my headphones, which normally I don't use on conference calls that often, but if I need quiet from the kids, I'll just turn this on with noise cancellation, which is great. I just have like random mirrors on here, so if I'm getting on a conference call, making sure I don't have a bigger or something, I have that mirror right here. I have a phone holder here, so if I need to just put my phone on, I can. I have a Fifine microphone here so that if I need to be clear on a phone call because I have leadership on the call, I'll have that. I have a pen holder. I have a bunch of bills that I need to pay. And then I have all my vitamins that I try to take on a daily basis on there as well. And I have a fly swatter because it's summer and then the kids keep the doors open and I get flies in my house and somehow they end up in my office. And so that's why we have a fly swatter. I also have this charging station here. It has my Apple Watch, it has my AirPods, as well as my place for my phone. So I have to take my phone out of my case in order to charge it, but that's not a big deal. But I'll normally like charge it over here where there's a USB port on the lamp so that I can charge it. I also have an LEXA in the back so that I can get answers quickly. And then this is the 49-inch LG monitor that I've done 2 reviews on it now. I absolutely love it. The only thing I will say is that sometimes I find it a bit too wide and I wish I had a curved monitor. I hear that with the curved monitor you're not having to like look back and forth on the edges as much, but I personally love this. I would give it like an 8.5 out of 9 so far, but it's only on days where I'm like looking at really small numbers and data points that are over here that I'm quite annoyed by the number. And so what I'll do is I'll use Better Snap Tool, which is an application on your Mac desktop where you can like basically snap it so that it's only from here to here so that I'm not having to strain my neck to look on this side. And then I have this, I wish I would have gotten the Logitech one, but when the COVID happened and all that, they basically ran out of supply, and so I got the Aki, and so far it's been okay. Sometimes I get these weird like seizure-like pink lighting whenever I get on a call, but it happens like, you know, every other month or so, so it's not too bad, but overall for $50, it's not a bad camera. Alright, so this is my USB port that I'm using. I have this hooked up to the USB-C port that hooks up to my work laptop. The reason why I have that is because I wanted everything that's going to be hooked up to my work laptop to be on this thing right here, and then anything that is going to be hooked up to my personal laptop would be on the actual monitor as well as to this Loft-in like monitor stand. The reason why is because I like to separate out work versus personal, and so anything that goes through here, this is hooked up to the USB-C port here. You guys can see here I have this personal laptop versus like my work laptop right there, okay? And so this one is hooked up to the USB-C port to this monitor, whereas this one is hooked up to the display port so that I can still use the USB hub on this monitor itself. And then you guys can see that I have, I don't really use the head jacks here, but then I have LEXA here and then my charging area here. And then you guys see that I have my heat press here. For those of you guys that don't know, again, I'm a crafter, and so I'll do a lot of like heat vinyl and presses for my kids, especially for my kids who are in Girl Scouts and they need patches on there. So that's what that machine is, if you guys are wondering. And then I have my sewing stuff here, my sewing notions. And then I also have like all of the things that I need to organize that I don't have time for. I have like folders there. I have binders here. I put a lot of stuff that I don't want people to see in videos or conference calls here. Extra cameras, books, and I need some greenery. So that plant has grown like crazy. So there's that. And then I also have all of the storage here, which are like memories for my kids. I have 4 kids. Each of them has a little binder for each of their activities and stuff that I store here. I have got like memories. Basically, these are all memories and storage for the family. And then I have a ton of stuff in storage here where it includes like, you know, camera equipment, a bunch of different things that normally I would store for my YouTube channel. The most expensive thing in my office is my Aeron chair. I highly recommend this $1,600 Aeron chair. I know it's ridiculous. That's all I'm going to say on it. Go ahead and check out my other video on this Aeron chair. I actually have 2 videos on it when I got it as well as 6 months later. I still love it. Go ahead and check that review out. You'll see all the details there. All right, so a few years ago, I told my husband I needed a YouTube studio. I nagged him quite a bit around like having an office that I could go away from my kids to create video and content, and I just needed my own space. And so he worked his tail off one summer getting this space done. And I use this space about once every other month or so. And granted, he did an incredible job. You guys have probably seen some of my video that I've done in this room, which is awesome. My kids also use this room to kind of play as well. So what we did was we epoxied the floor so that it was like gray and not like black. And I just need like a lot of light to reflect so that my video could have a lot of light in it. We painted the ceilings white. We painted the walls white. He created these barn doors that could hide all of my props. I know you guys think I'm crazy, but I had a family photography business at some point because I'm pretty good with like families and photos, especially being a mom of 4. I knew how to interact with kids, and so kids would come and do their like annual photos, especially in my house, and I'd have like props all upstairs. I would have like wall drops and floor drops upstairs. It was really annoying to have people coming into my house. And so he created a space in the basement, but then I didn't like people coming into my house either. So he created this space for a photography studio and a YouTube studio. And now I'm not using it for either. So he's quite annoyed. But this space is actually really amazing, especially if I just need to do a quick video where it's a talking head video like this, so that I can just get my point across and be done with it rather than having to like move everything all around and like be messy. It's just really great to have a space where I can just come and do a quick talking head video and then move on. All right, so this is my kids' craft area. It used to be in my office. I used to have all of my desks set up here. I'll go ahead and show you guys some pictures of how I had it set up before. But overall, I didn't like this space because it didn't have a lot of light. And so without a lot of light, and then also people like ringing the doorbell, like the Amazon guy ringing the doorbell, I wouldn't see who was outside. And so it was just one of those areas where it wasn't conducive to me working and also feeling like my best self. I know that sounds kind of woo-woo, but overall, I had to move from the space because, again, I wasn't doing what I wanted to do in the space, and I think it was because of the light, to be honest. And so before that, though, I wanted to kind of show you guys what we did to this room. It used to have built-in cabinets. I didn't like the built-in cabinets, and so it had like a desk that was set up already inside of the built-in cabinets, which I didn't like because I like to position my desk a certain way. So what we did was we ripped out all of the built-in cabinets and then actually put in more built-in cabinets. All right, so these cabinets that you see here, these are kitchen cabinets from IKEA. And so what we did was we actually bought the base of the kitchen cabinets. Okay, so you got the base of the kitchen cabinets, and my husband actually created these doors. So we bought the hinges from IKEA, we bought the base from IKEA, but then he bought these like panels from Home Depot, and then just bought like a bunch of pine wood and painted them like Benjamin Moore white dove. And so he basically has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cabinets here, and then almost like a really tall one here to kind of store all of my arts and crafts and office supplies and stuff. And then all of my kids' toys are down here. These are 2 IKEA Kallax units that I had at some point for my office, but this space has now turned into my kids' play area, which is great because now my office is downstairs where their playroom used to be. So as you can see, I have moved my space quite a bit of times, and so I think I finally nailed it, which is right in front of my house where I can see everybody coming in and out of the house, and it also allows me to have a ton of light that I absolutely needed. I hope you guys liked that room tour. I absolutely love my office. I know for some of you guys who are minimalists and interior decorators, you're probably like in shock of how much furniture I was able to cram in here and how unaesthetically pleasing it is. But for some of you guys who are like just starting out, who are scrapping and like trying to get by, you guys, I want you to know it took me 15 years to get here. And also I spent way too much money trying to figure out what I needed and threw away some stuff, sold some stuff, and just basically trial and error. And so it's taken me 15 years to get to where I'm at today. I absolutely love my office. I feel like I'm more functional. I'm able to create more. I feel like if you have a space where you can be efficient and also like just get up and get started right away, it just makes it easier to create content and put it out there for the world to see. I hope you guys liked that room tour. If you have any questions at all on any of the things that I showed, go ahead and leave a comment below. I'm more than happy to help. Go ahead and check out my video on the standing desk as well as my 49-inch monitor, because those are the two most popular products that are always asked about on this channel. And go ahead and click on the subscribe, like button, and click on the bell for notifications the next time I create new videos. Thanks guys, take care.